Okay, adding variety to your Pilates class. So one thing you can do is simply add variation in your cueing. So you may cue through the 100 a certain way every time. So maybe try cueing it a different way. So an example, with 100, my normal way of cueing would be just lifting the upper body off the mat and scooping the belly to the spine, imprinted hips, and we pulse. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. In, 2, 3. So maybe I want to think about adding some additional cueing, so making it more specific. So this time really focusing on reaching the low back towards the mat but not pressing, pulling the belly into the spine, flattening out the abdominals. So using a different cue for engaging the core, flattening out the abdominals. And then tuck the chin towards the chest, lengthening back the neck. So something a little more specific maybe, or focus more on your head and neck placement rather than on your core and hips. Lifting the upper body, and then think about reaching the sternum towards the sky. There's another cue instead of pulling the belly, and that's a different cue to engage your core. And then we'll pulse with the arms. 5 times on the inhale, 5 times on the exhale. Pulsing the arms 5 or 6 inches up and down. Some variation cueing. Another thing is changing the breathing pattern for something. So if you're doing the breathing pattern for, say, spine stretch forward, inhale, sit tall, exhale, roll down, inhale, restack, exhale, finish, maybe reverse that. Take a deep breath in and roll down. Exhale, blow all the air out, holding that stretch. Inhale, restack the spine. Exhale, finish. Inhale, roll down. Exhale, hold. Inhale, restack the spine. Exhale, finish. So it's just a slight variation on the breathing. So inhaling as you roll down rather than exhaling. What you can do is change how dynamic the exercise is. So you can change the pattern of movement. So an example might be with double leg stretch. I usually cue slow movement, inhale out, exhale, close, so an even amount of movement on each end of the motion. An example of changing the dynamics of the exercise is inhale, stretch a rubber band out, exhale, draw the rubber band back in so it snaps back. Inhale out, exhale, back in. So emphasizing the inward motion. Oh, just simply changing the sequencing of your class. So instead of doing the ab series straight through, single leg, double leg, single straight leg, double straight leg, obliques, instead of doing it straight through all together, you maybe could alternate with a bridge hold in between. So straight leg stretch would transition to a bridge where we would hold for a few deep breaths or do any other variation you'd like, and then you transition back down and you do double leg stretch. For however many repetitions, and then you transition to a bridge and hold in between. So there's an option. You could do different exercises in between each one, or the same exercise repeatedly. So that's another option, just changing the sequencing. Just keeping in mind you want to keep your transitions fairly smooth. And cueing through your transitions will help your participants too. So letting them know how to move into the next exercise will help keep that really smooth, especially if you're doing a lot of seated to lying or front to back movements. So a few ideas for adding variety to your Pilates class.